What's going on, guys? It is Friday night, and we are closing out the 9th week of investing for the year. Here on this channel, we invest $50 every day, Monday through Friday, and we're tracking some personal goals as well. So we'll dive into the weekly channel tracker, then we'll take a look at some of our investments and what's going on there. All right, so we're going to follow this blue line right along our channel tracker. As it says here, today is March 3rd of 2023. My weight, right, because we are trying to lose weight, happiness, health, and wealth. I am at 287.6. I actually gained almost 2 pounds this week. Wasn't in the gym. I had actually some friends visiting from Riverside, California. I'm out in Boston. So trying to just get out there, hang out with them, and, eat some good Portuguese food, which I've never had before. So that was kind of fun. But literally nothing was paid towards losing weight this week. And I don't feel bad about it. Last week, I felt like super down. This week, I feel really good. I've been focused on a lot of stuff. We've been working on the channel, cranking out videos. I got some good videos coming out. And it feels good focusing on that. I will be back in the gym because I need to get back in the gym, and I feel good about that. But, unfortunately, didn't do very well on the weight loss front. But my investment balance is up, so we're at $2,622.10. We have passed the $2,500 mark. And boy, was this a bumpy week of investing. 2 days ago, it was like we weren't even putting money in. We'd put $50 in, and then it would drop $50. Like, it was crazy. That came back, which is great. But yeah, that was a wild ride. If anyone's doing investing with us or just watching the market, this is why you got to keep at it. Just keep putting whatever you're putting in. Stay consistent. Don't freak out when the market's doing crazy stuff, and believe in the companies that you own. Okay. It's so much easier when you're buying a company because you want to own that company as opposed to buying something because a meme told you to. You will panic, you will sell, and that is just life. I'm not a wealth manager, credit counselor, financial advisor. I'm just a random guy in a triangle-shaped room. That said, dividends earned. We are at $6.10 of dividends earned. Still, now on Monday, we are getting some dividend payouts, which should reflect in the account on Tuesday. So that number could potentially about double in the next couple days. So we'll watch that. That'll be exciting. Total growth. Our total growth is that we are down $92.29. Again, we are dollar cost averaging. We are buying the market every single day, and the market's down. So it is what it is. This will look way better, though, when the market starts coming up because we will have been buying every day when it gets cheaper and cheaper as opposed to just buying it all up front and waiting for it to recover. YouTube income. We are still at $100 of YouTube income. We are close to getting monetized, so I'm looking forward to that. As opposed to just getting some affiliate stuff from Sofi. I do like Sofi. It's a great platform if you're looking for somewhere to start investing. I do have a promo code in the description, so link down below. But yeah, they're giving out $25 if you start a new account and fund it with $10, or at least $10. So good way to get started. But on to the good stuff. Total subscribers. So we are at 1,462 subscribers. So a pretty big jump in that category and a massive jump in our total views. We are at 163,198 views on the channel. Thank you. And everybody, seriously, thank you. This is huge. The growth of this thing has been massive. Mostly thanks to a video that I put out about MPW, Medical Properties Trust. We've talked about this on the channel since the beginning. And I made a video very specifically about MPW and why I believe in it. It's kind of a long one, so buckle up if you want to, see what's going on with the stock and all that. But I guess that there has been some topic on or like conversation on that. I threw a little thing into the Wall Street Bets Reddit, and I was like, "Hey, my name's Josh. This is what I'm thinking," and they didn't take it down, so that was good. Maybe that's where some of the viewership came from. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, 100,000 views more than the beginning of the week, which is just stellar. So again, everybody, so much like thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Because that video was a little bit of a longer one, we are at 3,335 watch hours. So, thank you to everyone, not only for just like watching the video or clicking a link or whatever, but like people, like, I'm going to get sappy for a second. When you read the comments and people are like, oh, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate this. Like, one person threw in there, they're like, hey, I just watched this and I realized it was 40 minutes after. Like, I can't believe I just watched a 40-minute review. Like, that actually means a lot to me. The fact that people are like watching the whole thing and they're like, this is good information. Like, I will research this. Because you always need to do your own research. But if I can like spark that in a conversation and get people interested, I'm really happy with it. So, again, thank you so much for those who've like liked and subscribed and commented. It's awesome. I really do enjoy it. But that's basically what's going on the channel. Next, we're going to jump into Seeking Alpha so we can actually really look at the stocks and what's going on with all that stuff. All right, so here we are in Seeking Alpha. Again, I do trade on Sofi, but this is where I like to look at my portfolio, look at my news, look at forward dividend yield, stuff like that. It's just a lot easier to see it all in one place, and I've customized it to look this way. But I want to take us through our holdings, and we're going to go in order of value. So highest at the top, lowest at the bottom, and kind of just take a snapshot of what's going on. So first, we have SCHD. This is Schwab's U.S. Dividend Equity ETF. It's basically modeled after like the S&P 500, but with a focus on paying dividends. We are at $445.46. All right, so this is our highest valued position. We have invested $450 into this so far, so we are down $5 on 450, which is not that big a deal. Shares 5.89. This forward dividend, because this has been going down, is just on the climb, which is awesome. I love to see the forward dividend yield looking bigger and better every couple days. It is weird though, right? So they have the dividend date, right? This is when they take the snapshot of how much they're going to pay people who hold a share. I don't know when they're going to take the dividend snapshot. Like, they haven't announced the dividend for SCHD yet. Very unusual considering it typically pays in March. So, I do still expect to get paid a dividend from SCHD this month. I just don't know what it is or when it's coming, but I don't know. We'll see. It's down 1%. So, we're down 1% or so. It is what it is. Realty Income Corporation, or ticker symbol O, right? We're at 441. Again, we put 450 into it. We have 6.84 shares. Another very juicy looking forward dividend yield. This does pay monthly. They took their snapshot a couple days ago. So we've got that coming halfway through the month. We'll get paid out on that, which is awesome. JEPQ. So this is a stock that we are not investing into daily. This is a new fund, and we figured the best way to monitor it and see if it's something we want to invest in daily was to just hold a chunk of it, see how it works. The crazy thing about JEPQ, right? This is JP Morgan's NASDAQ Equity Premium Income ETF. This is designed basically to put money in and have it pay you every month a salary so you can like retire and live off of it. It is paying this month a higher dividend than its more expensive brother, JEPI. Okay? So we'll get into that when we get to JEPI, but it is paying a higher dividend this month, which is nuts because it is way cheaper than JEPI. So I'm very interested to see what JEPQ looks like when it finishes out a full year of its existence. I don't know if this is like a yield trap where they're just paying everyone way too much to try to get people into the fund. I'm not quite sure. That's why we're holding it and just watching it and seeing what it does. But yeah, massive dividend payments coming from JEPQ. That is one of those stocks that I said we'd get paid out next week. So on Tuesday or so, we should see that in the account. Pepsi, right behind there. So Pepsi is the highest performing stock that we're putting $5 a day into instead of 10. So we've put $225 into Pepsi so far, and we're down $1.40 or $1.32. Sorry. So that's pretty good. It's basically stable. Now with Pepsi, again, same thing. The stock is down, so increased forward dividend yield, which means we're going to be getting bigger and better payments. They're going to be paying us at the end of the month. They have grown their dividend payout every year for the past 50 years. So it's great to see the streak continuing. And even though they're down 4.06% year to date, we're really holding up strong against that with our dollar cost averaging. So that's worked out very, very well for us. Now, JEPI. This is, again, that JP Morgan Equity Premium Income ETF. That is a mouthful. As mentioned prior, this is the cousin or brother to JEPQ. They're both JP Morgan Equity Income ETFs, right? So this one's down a little bit. Not a big deal. We have 4.13 shares of that. But you'll notice that it's $54.03 a share, as opposed to JEPQ's $42.8 a share. And JEPI is known pretty globally at this point as a massive income paying giant, and it is getting outpaid by JEPQ. Hopefully you follow that. So JEPI, more expensive, pays less. I don't know why. That's just what it is. I'm going to look into all that and do a video on it. So I should have something in the next couple days. But I really want to do some comparative analysis between JEPQ and JEPI, right? Or JEPI and JEPQ. So moving on, Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble is a staple to any dividend investor, okay? We all know Procter & Gamble. They make lots of things. A lot of things in your house are going to be Procter & Gamble. Their stock is currently down, right over here, down 7.67%. Okay? So they're getting crushed this year. Like, brutally crushed. But they do have a history of increasing their dividend every year for 66 years. One of the nice things here is I'm probably going to get lit for this, but it's kind of like buying your dividends on sale. You're paying less money than you typically should to buy a very frequently increased dividend with a great track record. So I don't see them breaking a 66-year streak. There are some reasons why they're not performing as well. China's still in lockdown and stuff like that. So, that's going to affect their global revenue. But a lot of that's starting to go away. So I think there's reason that we should expect that to go up. But right now, the dividend yield looks pretty good. And we're buying it on the cheap. T-Mobile, ticker symbol T. I do that every time, every week. It's not T-Mobile, it's AT&T. Every single week I do that. You can literally watch every week from the beginning of time. I am going to call it T-Mobile. It's AT&T. Is at 219. So a little bit of a loss there. We are amassing quite a few shares, though. We're at 11.65 shares. This forward dividend yield is creeping up into the 6% territory, which is awesome to see. Nothing really much going on with that, though. It just is what it is. BlackRock was down a lot. Now it's kind of recouping. So we have $214.87 there. We're 0.31 shares of BlackRock. I so look forward to the day where I have an entire share of BlackRock. But with that thing bouncing down a little bit, we're almost to a 3% dividend yield. Not that I want to see BlackRock cost like $640, but I would love to see a 3 or above 3% dividend yield on that. Um, we'll see if that happens. I don't think it will. It might though. Their ex-dividend date, or the date they take the snapshot of what they're paying, is coming up on Monday. So it looks like we'll be locking in, basically a third of dividend payout. So that's pretty good. MPW, right? So this is the catalyst to YouTube views on my channel. MPW, we have 18.35 shares in this portfolio, which is worth $193.24. Now, considering we've put $225 into this, yeah, we're down about $30, which is okay. I really, truly, honestly believe this will come back up. We are down, as I said again, about $30. We should have 21 shares of MPW when they take their dividend snapshot on the 15th. And they're paying 29 cents per share. So 21 shares times 0.29. That's a $6 dividend payout. So that'll be pretty huge to get a $6 dividend payout. I mean, that's half a share, and this is the first time we'll ever have had a MPW payout. So, as long as things keep in the direction that they're moving and they don't cut the dividend on this stock, next go around, we should be earning a free share. So yeah, like sometime in July, we should be getting a free share of MPW. That is unbelievable. I just realized that. So that's great. Yeah, that's awesome. Anywho, and the NASDAQ, we have 2.31 shares of in the portfolio. This is not something that we're buying regularly. It was just in the portfolio when I started the channel. We have $130 there. They are paying a dividend out this month, and then after they do, I'll probably sell it and put it into JEPQ. It seems like a reasonable thing to do. And that's basically what's going on with the portfolio. All right, so that's pretty much what's going on with investing in the YouTube channel tracker and all that stuff. Personally, this has been a really exciting week. I'm exhausted. I mean, you can probably see it in my face. I'm so tired. A lot of emotions when you have a video that does pretty well for the first time. So that was pretty awesome. Really haven't slept a lot. Just trying to accommodate visiting my buddy who was in town, and it's kind of compiling. I do these videos and I do invest and I have stuff going on, but I do also have like a day job. So when you have to get up and you're working on YouTube stuff until 2, 3 a.m. and then you get up and then you go to work and then you have to like perform at work. Just absolutely exhausted and all that with while raising a 3-year-old. It's pretty brutal lately. But again, I do appreciate all the support that I've gotten because it's been so motivating to keep me going. It really, really has been. So those days where it's like, oh, I'm just so exhausted. Like right now, to be honest, I'm just so exhausted, but it's like, I'll open my phone and I'll see that I have a notification on YouTube and it's like somebody thanking me for their video, or it just feels awesome. So really, thank you. I appreciate it greatly. But yeah, I am excited. I'm going to do a video on JEPI and JEPQ because someone's going to kind of dive into that. There's a lot of comparison of JEPQ or JEPI against like QYLD, stuff like that. But I haven't seen anyone compare like JP Morgan and JP Morgan. So I'm going to dive into that and we'll figure that out. I did start researching it for this video and, obviously do your own research, but JEPQ, as far as a growth stock potential or a growth fund potential, it's almost turned into a AI fund. And I'll do some more analysis on that, but 10% of their holdings are Microsoft. 10%. You know, Apple's in there, Amazon's in there, Google's in there. Like they're pretty heavy in tech in that fund, considering it's a covered call ETF basically. Um, but yeah, it's almost kind of set up like a artificial intelligence technology fund that doubles as a growth fund. So really interesting, kind of weird. Usually that would be more diversified, and I didn't know that. I looked at it initially. I was like, yeah, this is a good mix. This seems legit. They'll balance this, I'm sure. But no, like it's very tech heavy. A lot of people say that that's a big negative. I looked at that as like a pretty solid plus because I think the growth potential's there. Not quite sure. Again, I haven't really looked at it too much, so that'll be a focus for me this weekend. If I get some free time, I'll be doing that. But yeah, as always, I wish you guys the best to our mutual happiness, health, and wealth. And with that, roll the outro.